All right, Retrospective podcast tuning in. Got some, you know, another episode coming in. Me and Larry yesterday
We out
discussing
here.
some topics. So we gonna get into some legacy discussions. First one up that is top of every discussion. I feel like is Carmelo Anthony. Um,
Got to start there.
4 Olympic gold medals, national champion at Syracuse. You got to include the whole resume, don't you? You don't have to only go off of like.
No, we got to include whole resume.
All
Whole
right, so
resume.
yeah, great high school player, great Syracuse player, all time great. Um, 4 Olympic gold medals, one of the best Olympic basketball players we've probably seen. Um, how do we feel about Carmelo at this point? Unless he goes to get another ring, as far as like being coming off the bench, that's the option. But he's not going to be able to get that ring as that person, obviously. So yeah, how you feel about Melo at this point?
I'm a little indifferent. We're speaking strictly on the NBA standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough to. All right. Firstly, let's say this. Because every great player isn't supposed to win a championship.
Mm-hmm.
Because if every great player could win a championship, the championship wouldn't mean as much as it does. So I'll start by prefacing with that. Now, I don't think we can judge. Well, we can judge him off not having a ring, but he was such an amazing player.
Mm-hmm.
I think him not getting a ring doesn't keep him out of one Hall of Fame and being considered one of the best small forwards of all time, or at least I don't even know where I would put him on small forward list now. I think about it.
All right, so we would start there then. Small forward list.
Let's start there.
All time, you got to go 1, Bron. 2,
Larry.
I'm not mad at that. 3, KD is a small forward.
KD, yeah. I might can we put KD over Larry or no, is that far-fetched? I don't know if I want to sound too crazy. I ain't making no hot takes today.
I think because he has 2 rings. I mean, you probably could put KD ahead of Larry Bird. That's fair.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll put KD ahead of Larry. But I feel kind of cringy even saying that though.
I just wasn't trying to make a debate about him, but I feel you. I feel you.
No, I'm gonna have to put Larry Legend above KD. So
Okay.
LeBron, Larry, KD. Who else is on that small forward list?
Is Paul Pierce getting any burn?
I don't know if I could put Paul Pierce over Melo.
Clyde Drexler.
Clyde never won, but he did play Mike. Like he was in that era of Mike.
And he's on the Dream Team. He played to the finals. He got to the finals. His team, at least. Portland was competitive the entire time he was there. He got a ring. No, he didn't get a ring with Houston. But it's like Clyde Drexler, kind of comparable careers almost.
Yeah, almost. I think. Yeah, I would probably have to put I would put Clyde Drexler over Melo.
Okay, so you're at the 4 slot now, right? So you got
4 slot.
Is another person that could be in the 5 besides Melo?
Kawhi? Are we putting Kawhi?
Kawhi over Melo. You
feel me?
The only thing Kawhi doesn't have is the gold medals. The only thing Kawhi doesn't have is the NCAA high school type of stature. He kind of just came up on the scene and developed into what he is. So we concluding the entirety of it, then no, you can't. But if we're talking strictly NBA all time.
Let's talk straight. I'm talking strictly NBA right now.
All right, if you're going strictly NBA, you might have to put Kawhi up there. He has a more impressive resume.
Yeah. So yeah, I gotta put Kawhi up there. I think I have to put Dr. J up there above Melo.
Okay.
So what's that, 6?
Yeah, you put Dr. J at 6, so we're at number 7 right now. So is he in the top 10? Let's see. 7.
James
Uh,
Worthy.
who?
James Worthy. Are we putting?
Uh,
like,
I'm not mad at putting James Worthy at 7th all time. I'm not mad at that.
yeah.
So we at
Scotty.
8. Ah,
I think I got to put Scotty above Melo. I think I have to, because
why you think that?
not only was Scotty one, not only did he win 6 rings along with Michael Jordan, which he needed Michael to do so, he did that, but he was also first team defense, all team defense, like for a long time. So I gotta put, because it's a two-way. That's a two-way. Because not only was he a beast offensively, he was Scottie Pippen. He could lock anybody up. So I gotta put Scotty ahead of him.
Okay. So
Um,
we're at number 9 now. So 2 more players. Do you leave Carmelo out? Because we got to think. Just Tracy McGrady, a guard or a small forward?
I think Tracy McGrady guard.
Okay, so put him to the side. Um,
I think that might be it. I think we can put Melo at that 9.
okay.
I kind of want to put Damo, but I don't know if I can put him over Melo.
Dominique Wilkins is interesting.
Yeah.
Nah, I think it was too short of a time. Dom was like what, 5 years strong?
Yeah, it was like 5 or 6 strong, but those years were strong. But yeah.
Yeah.
They got John Havlicek. No, I'm not too familiar with John.
I don't know.
But John's stats though: 1974 Finals MVP, 13-time All-Star, 11-time NBA All NBA selection, 8-time All Defensive selection. Like,
you gotta give respect to John Havlicek, but man, that's tough. But that's a resume that's like, okay.
Elgin Baylor too, like
not Elgin.
Elgin at number. Elgin might have to be above Melo.
Elgin is probably number 9.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, one more player over Carmelo or no?
Nah, I think Melo might be 10 because it's really tied between Melo and Paul Pierce at that 10 slot.
So you're giving it to Carmelo over Paul Pierce?
I'm giving it to Melo over Paul Pierce.
That's interesting because I'm not the biggest Paul Pierce fan, but their careers are very comparable in terms of besides championship,
Yeah.
Because you had the elevated time in a certain particular place, then disappointments, and then kind of like going to different teams, still playing a great role for those teams off the bench, albeit, but it's just like, I don't know. It's so hard. Carmelo is so loved. Also, that's another thing.
Yeah,
like,
so
I don't want my love for Melo to put him in the top 10 because I don't. If I go strictly off basketball, like no hype, I know Carmelo's a great scorer, but we've had great scorers. It's not like just because you're a great scorer you get top 10.
Exactly. Because that's all he really was a great scorer.
Yeah.
He wasn't clamping anybody on defense. He wasn't going crazy on the rebounds. Like he was just a great scorer, even though he was an elite at the time that he was around. That was all it was, though.
So number 10 on top 10 of all
number
time.
10. Yeah, Melo go down as number 10. And I'm sure that people could argue him out of that.
Yeah, I mean, so if you put him at 10 on top 10 of all time small forwards,
yeah.
Well, where is he going all time rank?
Yeah. Man, all time rank.
Top 50 at least. We can cap it at that. Top 50.
We can get top 50, but he might be up in that like 35 to 50 type range.
That's not disrespectful. I don't think so.
That's not disrespectful.
No.
Man, but I could easily name like at least 25, 30 people off the top of my head who I would put ahead of Melo.
Run through them real quick. You don't have to be in order. Just run through people you put ahead.
Kobe Bryant, Michael, Shaq, Tim Duncan, Larry Bird, Bill Russell, Will Chamberlain, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard. That's 10 right there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who else we got. I'm just thinking about people right. Yeah, who else? Come on, name some
Larry
people for
Bird.
me. I said Larry.
Okay, you said Larry. Julius Irving.
Yeah.
Um,
It's hard to think of the list now, of course.
Hakeem Olajuwon. Clyde
Yeah.
Drexler. Patrick Ewing. You put ahead of Carmelo.
I put him above Melo.
Okay, these people that haven't won. So I was trying to. Charles Barkley.
Uh
Charles got his team to the finals.
yeah. You gotta put Charles up there.
Okay. Um,
We at
Jason
15 right now.
Jason Kidd.
J Kid, yeah. No. I know Jay. No, I can't put Jason. Yeah, Jason. Jason.
Okay.
D Wade.
Yeah.
Derrick. No, maybe not Derrick Rose. Who else?
I would push to get Derrick Rose ahead of him.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, youngest MVP.
That's true.
Players play point guard. Like I'll put Derrick Rose ahead of Carmelo.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. We at what 17 right now. Manu, you putting ahead of?
No.
No, okay.
Karl Malone.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, John Stockton.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, who else? Ray, we putting Ray above?
Nah.
Nah.
I can't do that. No.
Clay?
Even though he can make his case. People try to play Ray Allen like he didn't have a great career before he got to Boston.
Bro, Ray Allen, every place he went to, he hit some shots to get somebody somewhere.
Yeah.
Really every place.
Milwaukee Bucks and Supersonics, he was balling.
Yeah. Klay Thompson?
Yeah, I play Klay Thompson above Carmelo.
Okay. James Harden?
Ah, man. It makes sense to say yes, but
he might need to prove a little bit more.
People already call him one of the best scorers they ever seen in their life.
That is true.
So it's like, I could argue no, but the reasons why people would say yes is definitely like, yeah, I kind of forgot about that. Like he averaged 35 points in the season. It was like 13 assists. You know, it's like, what are we talking about? But if you start, it's like, are we gonna say every player that comes to our mind that Carmelo wasn't as good as him? Because that's basically what's happening.
I mean, we saying people that are better than Carmelo that we would put
a lot of people though.
But those are all people that are top though.
Dame Lillard.
Comparable.
Steph Curry.
Oh, definitely better.
Okay.
Shaq. Did we say Shaq already?
We said Shaq early, yeah.
Oscar.
They gonna put the triple doubles alone. I think Oscar might go ahead of Carmelo.
Yeah. Chris Paul.
You kind of have to put Chris Paul ahead of Carmelo. You have to. I don't think Chris Paul's already missed the playoffs.
No, Allen Iverson.
Yeah, Allen Iverson better than Carmelo.
Giannis.
He's going to go down as better than Melo.
Yeah, he will. Like it was 10 small forward or 9 small forwards ahead of him, you know.
So that's what's crazy because it's like, I think him choosing New York instead of leaving to either come to the Bulls or somewhere else during that free agency really changed paths for him in his career. I feel like.
Yeah.
If you bookmark it at that point, that's when things started to go a little bit south. I want to say south and try to be disrespectful, but like the expectations definitely lessened and lessened.
No, absolutely.
That's the point where we were wondering if Carmelo was going to play again. You know?
Exactly.
So
and it felt like when he left that New York, it was kind of just like that was it. Like that was the last of Melo that we knew.
Yeah, because in OKC he was not producing at all.
Remember, he couldn't get on a team for a minute. Like we were worried about, like, yo, is Carmelo Anthony gonna be on the team? Is somebody gonna pick him up?
Yeah,
Like
so it
Isaiah Thomas,
you gotta count
Magic.
him.
We didn't even say Magic. Like, you know,
Kareem,
yeah,
you know,
yeah, bro. Like
Bill Russell.
he might be like top. He might be like more close to that 45, 50 range.
Yeah,
And that's of course still good
yeah.
for the NBA. You know, you're top 100. That's good because there've been, I don't remember how many players in the NBA, but you know, for his legacy, man, it's tough. I think it does help him that he has such success on the world stage, but I also think that kind of hurts him because it's like, yo, we could see you do this on the world stage, but bro, where are your rings at? You know what I'm saying? You got 3 gold medals, but where are your rings, my guy? You play in the NBA. So it's like when you play with the other greatest in the league against the world, who, you know, you're playing with the best of the best of the best right now against the world. So it's like you should win, or you definitely should win. And the USA clearly has been, you know, top for so long in basketball, but it's like, yo, where's your NBA success? Where's that? And I think, yeah, for me, it hurts him a little bit.
So it's an interesting discussion to have as far as NBA success meaning so much. I don't know if the NBA will continue to have the success and dominance worldwide. And I think those USA gold medals will mean more going forward. I don't think you're ever
Oh,
going to assemble a team that's going to be as dominant as the dream team that we've had and the redeem teams and all this stuff. I think that time of dominance in the world stage is not going to be there anymore. I understand this year we don't have our best of the best, honestly, but what are our best of the best going to look like going forward, competing on the national stage? Trey Young, I love Trey Young. People say he got snubbed. Of course, Trey Young's a baller. I don't have nothing negative to say about
hold
him.
on. Say that again. You said you
Trey
love
Young is a
Trey?
baller. I have nothing else negative to say about him. I'm fair. I'm fair. He proved it. I'm done. You shut me up.
Yes.
That's cool. I'm not going to continue hating on him. No, he is a
Yes.
baller. That's. But internationally,
Yeah.
Trade, I'm not really sure.
No.
Then you got Devin Booker. Devin Booker, prime time. He's also on the team. You know, I don't know internationally if he's dominating. I'm not really sure. I think Devin Booker is a little bit undersized as a shooting guard. I could be wrong, but I don't know. Uh, Giannis not going to be playing for us. So you have Jason Tatum, who has been on the last 2 Olympic teams that have not done well, feeble wise at least. You
Mm-hmm.
know, power. You got Bam out there. Is Bam the best power forward center that we have in the league right now?
I'll give it to Yoke.
But Yoke won't play for the U.S.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I see exactly what you're saying.
yeah. So if Luka starts winning 4 straight Olympics, then does NBA really? And he's dominant over here, 2 and there. You don't think he's going to care about his Olympic gold medals more than NBA? It's like and then they have a basketball league out there, probably or something like that. Like it's no longer the NBA anymore on the national, or
That's a
international
good
stage.
point.
So I think gold medals we can't look at and sneeze when it comes to Carmelo. Even though he did play on great teams, he was balling on those teams.
Oh
Like I
no,
think he has the USA
absolutely.
record for made threes with 10 in a game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I'm not taking anything away from what he was doing, but that's a very valid point. I didn't even think about it like that. Because it is going to start getting, like, international competition is going to start getting more and more real
Mm.
because the NBA is getting so kind of diversified. But I think we also do have to look at the competition of those USA teams that won, the ones that Melo and Kobe and LeBron were on. Look at who they were playing with. They were playing with LeBron and Kobe Bryant and Carmelo Anthony and Wade, like those were, you know, the dream. Those were dream teams. That was our modern day dream teams. And at that point, the basketball was very well known internationally, but those same players that were playing international weren't playing in the NBA. Um, so like you didn't
Uh,
have.
Spain had Marcusol at center,
Oh yeah,
Palisol at
yeah, I
power
remember
forward.
that.
Then you had Ricky, not Ricky Rubio, but they
Rudy
had some cold.
Fernandez.
Yeah, Rudy. They had some cold players. That was at all their peaks,
No,
and that's
but
team basketball.
that's
That's
team basketball. But you also have LeBron James and Kobe Bryant, two of the best two players in the league, hands down. Best two basketball players in the world, hands down.
yeah, for sure.
I mean, and then you got Melo, who was amazing during that time. Like, bro, it's not it's not many teams that are going to be able to beat that. No matter how well you play team basketball,
Mm-hmm.
it's not many teams that's going to beat Kobe, Melo, Bron. It's not very many teams that's going to beat Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, or you know Clyde Drexler. Like those are the best of the best. I will say now it is going to look a little different because one, you don't have those type of players anymore. Those Kobe Bryants and LeBron Jameses aren't. They're not around like that. These players ain't built like that. They're not built to say whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and go off on a defensive end. It's a scoring league.
Yeah.
It's a shooters league now. So I think that's what we'll find. Like the traditional bigs, we're not seeing that anymore. Like we're not seeing any of the traditional bigs, especially not coming out of the U.S. Most of the big men that we see in the league, like the somewhat traditional big men, are all foreign dudes.
Mm-hmm.
All foreign dudes, and they're good. So I think that's going to be an issue going forward. I think if we put our best team together, it's going to look a little rough. Because I didn't even think about the fact that Giannis was not from the U.S. I didn't even think about the fact that Yoke won't play on the U.S. team.
Luka.
Luka not playing on U.S. team. Like the U.S. team is going to look a little real. Like it's looking now. We don't have any defenders. One, like there's no defenders on the U.S. team.
Drew
And I
Holiday,
think
Chris Middleton, I'll give them respect, but on a international stage, I don't want
nah,
that being my 1 and 2
nah,
offensively. Not on the national stage.
not on national team. And yeah, so like we said, like Trae Young, he's not gonna go off now. He might score nationally, but they also don't call fouls like that nationally, internationally. Like the stuff that you get away with the NBA, get off with it in the NBA is not flying internationally now. And a lot of the players are so used to playing the soft kind of basketball that the NBA is that once you get to that international stage, that's why we see them always looking for calls. And you know, when they go to the rim, like, no, it's not sweet down here, bro. Like, you're not. This isn't the NBA. So these refs, you know, they got these dudes out the bar. Like, you know, these dudes are just drinking before this game. Like, come on, you're not getting them calls. So I think I don't think the U.S. teams and international teams now can compare to the ones back then, but also the ones back then were so stacked that if you lose those, like every other team is playing with house money. The U.S. team is expected to win. You should win at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they have KG on a couple of them or on one of them?
One of them. I don't think that was a gold medal one though, but they did have KG in the
Okay.
early ones, early 2000s.
Yeah. So the ones that Melo was on, like those rings, they definitely mean something. But I'm also looking at the team that he was playing with. It's like, bro, you shouldn't lose that. You were the best player. That's almost kind of like that Kevin Durant coming to Golden State thing, where it's like, yeah, you came to a stacked team, but you were the best player. You showed out. That's what Melo was doing. Like he was showing that he was the best player, one of the best players, but they should have won. So that's why for Melo, I want to see also NBA success. That's what I want to see. And he's had a rebirth somewhat, but like, is this Melo anymore?
It sucks, but
It does.
I think the system. I think this is prime time for Melo. I think if he actually tunes in and changes the way he plays, he still kind of wants to play like Melo used to play. I don't think he's fully adapted to the running and gunning style of play. You know,
Mm-hmm.
even when he comes off the bench, he does sometimes stop ball also. Like
Yeah,
he does do his post up, let me get into my bag real quick, which is that's Melo. But imagine if he was playing an up tempo style with the Warriors and you just kick it to him as a trailer and he's shoot popping threes or coming off screen shooting threes. I think he could get to that point, but I don't know if he's you know that's what changed. It's like Ray Allen. Ray Allen wasn't trying to come up calling plays at the latter part of his career. He's coming off back screens and I just want to shoot, bro. I'm not
just
gonna
shoot.
know how
That's
to do
it.
it. You
Off
know,
screen, shoot, pull up.
yeah. So no, this is not Mellow, but he could definitely switch it and become a vital part of a championship run. I feel like. Um,
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see.
No, I feel you. I'm right there with you. I want to see it, but this ain't Melo that we seeing. This is like legit Carmelo Anthony that we're
Yeah.
watching on the Trailblazers, and it sucks because what 5 years ago, 5 6 years ago, he was a 26 a game average scorer. Um, he was Melo, like what I'm saying. You knew what you were getting out of Melo.
Mhm.
I think also the fact that he is only an offensive player, I think that hurts him.
In
Um,
this game, though.
in this game, because he's not as efficient as he once was. He
Okay.
plays a small forward position. Now I know the 1 and 2 guard; those can be your shooters. Those can be your guys that are not focused on defense. But when you get down to that three, that position, that multi-defender position, that small forward position, you got to play some defense, and he doesn't play any. Um, Remember we were talking about before some episodes way back where Melo looks like he's like defending, like he's moving with you. He's like, he's up, but he's not really doing anything defensively. And I think that hurts him too. You can't be coming off the bench and only a scorer, but you're inefficient at that, and you stop the ball, and you don't play defense. Nah, that's not a good mix. At the small forward position, it's different for the 1 and 2. Different for the 1 and 2.
Why
Once
does
you
he
get
just
to,
play two?
yeah, that's a good point.
I don't. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, why can't he run up and down the court and just shoot?
Yeah,
Why does he have to be the? I don't understand his role. The last since he hasn't been Carmelo.
exactly. That's
Like,
what it is. Like his role. Like I don't think anybody knows truly what his role is.
yeah, it's like not even talked about or something like that. It's like you happy? I'm happy. All right, cool. But it's like we should actually sit down and talk about my role in the team.
Yeah.
Like,
What
what
am
an
I doing?
conversation.
Yeah. So it sucks so, man, because we love Melo.
Yeah,
Everybody loves Melo. But yeah, like you alluded to earlier, it was that change from staying with New York that was the falling off point of Melo.
yeah. Um,
So we'll see. But Melo, top 50 player.
have you seen
Top.
those top 50 books before?
I've seen the books. Yeah,
I wouldn't mind seeing. I'm not mad at seeing Melo on like 43.
yeah, like
That's
40.
not
Yeah,
mad at that.
no,
Um,
I'm not mad at that either. Because he does have the medals, he does have the gold rings, he has scoring titles. A multitude of All Stars appearances. So I'm not mad at seeing him top 50.
yeah.
I'm not mad at seeing him top 50.